Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today we have another video by request. Patricia Beach-Chin, I think is how you pronounce her last name. I'm not sure, so we'll just say Patricia. She wanted to know if we could make a keto cream cheese Danish. And so today I am going to show you how to make a very quick, simple keto Danish recipe that you can put any filling you want in it, but today we are going to make a cream cheese filling for it because that is what Patricia requested. So if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So while you do all that, let's get cooking. In a large food processor, combine 126 grams or around 1 cup of coconut flour, 15 grams or around 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 gram or around 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 82 grams or around 7 tablespoons of the granulated sweetener of your choice. I'm using granulated monk fruit sweetener. You can use whatever sweetener you want. You can also adjust this more or less depending on how sweet you want your Danish. I like my Danishes sweet, so if you just want lightly sweet, you might want to use a little bit less sweetener. That's up to you. And if you're sensitive to the taste of coconut flour, if you want to, you can throw in some dry spices to kind of help even out the coconut flour taste. Pulse the dry ingredients together around 2 or 3 times, or just until the dry ingredients are fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Now you do need a pretty good sized food processor for this, so if you don't have one that's big enough, you can always use a standing mixer or a mixing bowl and a wooden spoon. You can mix these together by hand just as easy. Add 4 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they stir into the other ingredients more smooth. Pulse again around 3 to 4 times or just until the eggs are fully combined with all of the dry ingredients. All of the dry ingredients should be moistened. Add 11 tablespoons of room temperature butter that's slightly softened. We do not want it melted, just a tiny bit soft so that it processes into the ingredients smoothly. Then process on high anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, however long it takes until the butter is fully incorporated with the other ingredients. You'll most likely need to stop the processor from time to time and scrape down the sides so that everything stays combined. Add 74 grams or around 1/3 cup of plain yogurt or sour cream. Make sure it is room temperature. Again, room temperature ingredients blends together much more smooth. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can adjust the vanilla extract more or less depending on how much of a vanilla hint you want in your Danish, or you can change it to a completely different flavored extract if you want a different flavor in your Danish dough. Process on high until everything is fully combined and a soft, smooth dough has formed. If you need to, stop the processor from time to time and scrape down the sides so that all of the ingredients get fully incorporated together. Once the dough is formed, use a wooden spoon and scrape down the sides and press the dough all together and form the dough into a smooth ball. Then massage the dough ball for about 2 minutes. This is so that any excess moisture can be absorbed by the coconut flour, and this will also help you make sure that all of your ingredients are fully incorporated together. After 2 minutes, roll the dough back into a ball. Then allow it to sit at room temperature for about 10 minutes so that it can continue to absorb any extra moisture and all the ingredients can rest together. While the dough is sitting, we're going to make the filling. Now again, you can put any filling you want in these Danishes, but right here we are making a cream cheese filling. So in a medium mixing bowl, combine 6 ounces of room temperature cream cheese that's been softened. Make sure it is softened so that it mixes in well. Beat on low speed for about 10 seconds just until the cream cheese starts breaking up a little bit. Then increase your speed to medium and beat on medium for around 1 minute or until the cream cheese is smooth. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the cream cheese to the center of the bowl. Add 69 grams or around 6 tablespoons of the granulated sweetener of your choice. I'm using granulated monk fruit sweetener. You can use whatever granulated sweetener you want. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can adjust or change the vanilla extract more or less according to your taste. Beat on low for about 10 seconds or just until the sweetener and vanilla begin combining with the cream cheese. Then increase your speed to medium and beat on medium for another 30 to 45 seconds or until everything is fully combined and creamy. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and once again push everything to the center of the bowl. Then set the filling aside for just a minute. Preheat your air fryer to around 350 degrees as directed in your manufacturer's instruction book. For me, I preheat my air fryer to 400 degrees and let it run for 4 minutes, and then I reduce the heat to 350 degrees. If you don't have an air fryer, you can use your oven. Just preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Line a clean work surface with parchment paper. If you're going to be baking these, then line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Scoop the dough out into about 13 equal portions. It's about 3 tablespoons of dough, give or take a little bit in each portion. Then roll each dough portion into a smooth ball. Flatten each dough ball into your desired size and your desired thickness. Remember, coconut flour is a gluten-free flour, so it really does not expand a whole lot. It does puff up a little bit, but not a whole lot. So for the most part, whatever shape, whatever thickness you press these out to, that's basically the size that they're going to come out. Use your fingers or the back of a tablespoon and make a deep indentation in the center of each of the danishes. Do not poke all the way through. You don't want to poke a hole in it, but you do want to make a good size indentation in the center. Then scoop about 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of the filling of your choice in the middle of each indentation. You can use more or less of the filling depending on how much filling you want in your Danish. That is up to you. Then use a knife and smooth the filling out just a little bit so you have a more of a flat top on the filling. Place the danishes into your air fryer basket in a single layer, or if you're baking them, put them on a baking sheet in a single layer. Make sure you leave space around the danishes. As I already said, they don't really expand a whole lot, but they do puff up a little bit, so you do want to leave space so they have room to puff up and so you can have an even cook all the way around. Then air fry the danishes at 350 degrees for 5 to 7 minutes or until the danishes are browned. Or if you're baking them, bake at 400 degrees for 10 to 13 minutes or until the danishes are just golden around the edges. Once they're done cooking, remove them from your air fryer or your oven if you've baked them. Do not remove them from your air fryer basket. Keep them in there because they will be soft. Let them cool in the basket for about 5 minutes so they can firm up. Same thing if you're baking them. Do not remove them directly from the baking sheet. Let them firm up on your baking sheet for 5 to 10 minutes. Once the danishes have firmed up, remove them from your air fryer basket or your baking sheet and transfer them to a wire rack so they can cool completely. Once the danishes have cooled completely, if you want to, you can make a glaze to go over them. You can eat these immediately. If you do have any leftovers, store them in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 1 week. I would suggest not glazing them until you are ready to eat them. If you glaze them and then you put them in the refrigerator, the danishes are going to soak up the glaze because it's coconut flour. That's what coconut flour does. It absorbs every bit of moisture. So I would suggest don't glaze these until you are ready to eat them. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.